Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Sailor Sky here. I got my new engine brackets in from Oceanic Innovations Incorporated. They came pretty fast. Came from Florida. They've really did some work on these. I'll show you an old one. So this is what I am replacing it from. So this is the old mount. This is the new. This has rollover protection, so this little cage stops it from separating like this. And instead of being metal and all rusty, it is stainless steel and it doesn't rust. And this one, the Yanmar one, has rubber which cracks and gets brittle, and this one has a polyurethane type composite. So yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be much better. So I've gotten all 4 of the engine mounts in place. One of the bolts keeps spinning, so I'm gonna take that hole, drill it out a little bit more, fill it with epoxy resin, put the bolt in with a little bit of Vaseline on it, and it will be able to thread out if I had to, but if not, it's just gonna lock it into place. Right now, I've disconnected the shaft inside the coupling that goes onto the transmission. I've taken off both zincs that were on the shaft and the bolt and cottering pin on the end of the propeller. Right now, I'm trying to use this massive puller thing to try and get this off. I have never used one of these before, so this is an attempt all on its own, but check it out, guys. It's been a frustrating process so far. And I figured I'd bring you guys into the adventure of it all. Okay guys, now that the prop's off, the only way to take the shaft out is by removing the engine, which is highly unlikely. So I'm gonna remove the stag for the cutlass bearing and see if that works. I've got this thing. So basically right now, I'm just trying to expose these bolt heads. 1, 2, and 3. I only found 2 bolts inside though, so I'm gonna have to further inspect that, but okay guys, so here's what we're working with. All the screw holes are exposed. Might need to chip out a little bit right there, but the stag is ready to be taken off. I have to go inside to assess what it looks like in there. Probably disassemble my battery bank, because I'm gonna need to access them behind it. This is quite a job. So I'll check back in soon. Yeah. Hey guys. Alright, so now that I've gotten the bolts cleared up, the shaft cleared up on the outside, now comes for the fun part. I need to get to the stag. Now for the fun part. Okay, I had to remove these batteries first, and then remove this with these bolts here. That should slide out, and then I should be able to access down there. Cool. Now I'm getting the shaft all cleaned up from all that corroded guck, so that way I can slide it out a little bit easier. Alright, Alright guys, you guys deserve a little update. So basically, I don't know where I left off. I'm not too good at this whole video thing. But I had the shaft, and I couldn't remove the shaft unless I removed the stag. So I removed the stag. That was a battle. And I got it all prepped up and good. This is kind of worrisome. There's a little tiny hairline crack right there. I'm gonna kind of etch it out and throw some epoxy in it, maybe trace it and see how far along it goes. But other than that, now all I'm doing is getting, let's not get too ahead of myself here. I'm getting this all cleaned up, which is a little bit harder than you would think. But I really work each piece so I get that nice silver shine on it. But yeah, once I get that off, I'm gonna get the bearing in there assessed. I've got the shaft off. I'm gonna get the shaft to the machine shop because it's a little bit bent. And then I have to put the dripless shaft seal on the inside, but first I need to take the shaft tube and I need to re-epoxy resin that. So I've got a lot to do. Stay tuned, guys.